Oh. I might give First Descendant a try tomorrow. It drops tomorrow, doesn't it? Or I might wait until new PC, which is probably going to be the day after, I would think. Don't know yet. We'll see.
Captain Nikolov, stop them there. I just don't let that ball get into the wires and cross it, just in case. But we didn't. Just continue running with them. So I think against Germany, you have to be stronger in that sense of defensive.
Georgia don't great, didn't they? Toward the last time they were physically gone. There was too much from. But it's a hard one to call next the Friday.
To the weekend. It's going to be quite a game. Right now we're going to sit in the studio. We're straight through to the quarterfinals, looking in ominous nick. We thought it'd be appropriate to wind the clocks back 16 years as La Roja kick-started their 4-year dominance. Well, no need for hype here. England are not involved. Indeed, none of the home nations. We're watching Euro 2008 together. Boys, where's your small wager?
Okay, we're good. I'm just going to go get some drinks. Back in a sec.
Yeah, I'm going to go get a drink as well. Give me a sec.
Yeah, just finished my coffee.
Ginger beer and an energy drink should keep me going.
I just finished my coffee, so I'm okay for now. I'm saying that this is going to be a short game. 2 of us versus 8 vampires.
Oh, it's the dogs, isn't it? Shit.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, they're wolves. But we've just been told that they can turn into flying things. So it's like, okay, me being up here isn't safe.
No, it'll be fine.
You're inside.
Yeah, I'm about to bar the doors and hide.
Oh, up the hatch. Good luck, Mark.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Let me know when it's all clear, sniper.
Well, I'm expecting to jump through the windows to get to you because we now know that churches don't have anything that repels them. I might be safer up here than you.
I wish I'd bought some balloons yet to fill with holy water.
So, while I eat my donut.
Dum dum.
I shouldn't have had that donut. It's going to repeat me later, but hey ho, happy days. Are you on a beer already, Minnie?
No, of energy drinks and ginger beer.
Ooh.
I'd hate to say I have a beer that comes in a pink can.
Oh,
I like the green one.
Pink Monster.
Yeah, it's Monster Punch.
All right.
Green one and the yellow one.
I don't drink those energy drinks because they make me go and do silly things.
I don't really, because I don't see anywhere that sells them, but I do like them. Not for the energy, just for the taste.
Yeah, these are very tasty. And my ginger beer's got bits in. Bits of ginger. Looks like bad sediment.
It probably is bad sediment.
Probably, yeah.
I'm just on Robinson's.
Oh, nice.
Look at us. We are rock and roll gamers, everybody.
Everybody.
You know, for those watching the stream, we make it large by drinking non-alcoholic ginger beer, Monster Punch, and Robinson's fruit juice.
It's the way forward.
So, last session, you decided to finally follow a plot hook that I dangled in front of you after 8 or 9 weeks of ignoring most of my plot hooks and going off on tangents. Getting yourself to Brent Tor and to Mary Tavi, the small, little quaint village just on the edge of the downs where the Tor stands. Heading to the church, you spent a little bit of time sussing it out during the day. A beautiful view over the valley, and chatting to the priest, who, whilst he'd heard of the tales, was quite skeptical as to whether or not they were genuine. But he did mention that there was a wolf problem, a pack of feral wolves that were somehow roaming the area that would quite often be seen around the church during the gibbous moon, which so happened to be where you are now. Returning back to the church that evening, you were surprised to find an individual waiting for you. He confirmed a bunch of things that you were thinking without necessarily. I don't think he mentioned the word vampire, did he, at any point in the conversation?
No.
No.
But he didn't deny it when you were asking the pointed questions, and he was certain that you were certain. The only thing he said was he was a Renfield. He was known
Yeah.
as Renfield to his master. And he told you a bunch of information. That his master is looking for his brother. His brother appears to have disappeared. Edom is somehow related or involved. Edom is potentially a government agency. He doesn't necessarily know who heads up Edom. He just knows of a couple of the names, an additional name of one of the dukes, Ella, Elah, but he doesn't know if they are technically the leaders or whether there is still somebody that sits above them. And his master is concerned that his brother Vlad is missing and has basically said, you need to discover, find out whether Vlad is working for Edom or is somehow working against them or captured by them. If it's the latter, free him. But if you discover that, to let him know so that his master can give you some token or trinket to ensure that Vlad doesn't bite your head off when you free him. Alternatively, if he's working with Edom and creating and giving up his blood willingly, or creating other vampires willingly, then you are to find a way to render him incapable of offering that service. And then he told you to follow. Told you that there was some truth in the Marjorie of Quorth? No.
I thought.
Query. Marjorie of Query. There was some truth in the tale, and you were to follow the hound. And as if by magic, the hounds could be heard baying in the distance. And in that time, he slipped out of the church. A large bat flew up past Mark's head and into the gloom. And then you could see these glowing red eyes of several dogs. And as they kind of come up the side of the tor, certainly the sides of the tor that are easy to climb up, Mark is able to pinpoint and identify 5 pairs of glowing eyes. all kind of surrounding the church. And that was where I think where we left it last week.
Indeed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to get my gun out.
Okay.
I'm going to tip all the bullets into the holy water. No, I'm not.
Okay.
I was expecting you to say that you were going to hold it to your head and then pull.
I'm going to get my water pistol out.
Yeah,
Super soaker.
we need to get a load of super soakers. One of those Gatling gun ones.
Yeah. Well, I'm guessing that Mark's on Bluetooth and telling me what's going on up there.
Yeah, there's 5 big dogs.
So
They
I'm going to
seem
grab... Do the pews move in here?
They don't seem to be able to go past the stone path that was circling the church.
Well, that I was wondering about that, whether it was a stone path or literally like a circle of protection type thing.
Yeah, the thing is, if they can't, how could Hopkins?
Yeah.
There's contradictions on some of the things here.
Well,
So,
they've not tried to go past it, have they? They're just surrounded us.
whether Hopkins has got more leeway because he's not a full one of them or something, I don't know.
Mm.
It's not something we can really ask.
That's
It was.
And maybe a plot gap that the GM didn't consider.
Oh, I did last week. It's like if he can get in here, then so can they. And if he can fly, so can they. Like, we're not in a good state here. That's why I was saying that it's going to be a short game.
Maybe he was previously invited.
Maybe.
Maybe popped see the vicar halfway through the day and went, "Do you mind if I come in?"
The hands, or at least one or two of them, these two kind of lope across the open graveyard area, and they reach that circle of stones, and they pause, and then they start kind of walking along it, but at no point do they seem to be able to step over it. And one more kind of does the same thing out here in the on the edge. You watch as he kind of comes up to the circle and then kind of sits just on its haunches and looks at the church.
Right, the plan is not to kill one of these, and if we can, and follow it, aren't we?
So you want me to kill the other 4?
That'd be lovely. But it's like, because he said follow the hounds, didn't he?
Yeah. Or follow their tracks.
No, do you have?
There's 30 rounds in the carbine.
Yeah.
We've got 2 carbines, but I'll only have 1 with me. I don't know whether I've taken the spare clip.
They'd have each had 2 spare clips, so you've probably got 4, 2 loaded in the 2 carbines, 4 spare clips. So that gives you what, 30, 60, 90, 120.
Yeah.
120, 150, 180 rounds total across the 4 spare clips and the
I've got 2 pistol magazines.
Yeah. Okay.
So aim out the nearest one and see whether I can actually hurt them or not.
Go for it.
So how's that work? How's it working this?
Okay, so good question.
You'd be short range.
You would be short range, yeah.
Do we need to do initiative or encounters or?
We probably should, but they're not going to be in a position to fight back.
Right. Okay. Well, I've targeted like I normally do, right clicked on the nearest one. Combat.
Use your combat skill. So let me get my character sheet out. Where's your pistol one? Oh, your gun one, sorry.
Okay, so I don't click on the actual weapon. I click on the...
No, you roll your skill to hit.
Ah, there we go. Right, okay.
Nice. Then it's location, which is D20.
Location.
And then is it location, special, damage, in that order.
Right, so I just roll a D20.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
And hopefully Zed's got a character sheet with locations on for his doggies.
Yeah, this has got one for normal one. That would be a right leg.
So always a right leg. Yeah.
Left hind leg, actually.
Right, okay.
And then you got a combat special.
Which is what?
So offensive specials, yeah. So you'll have. I need my weapon. No, I need my weapon.
Right, okay. I was going to say that I can't see anything on the character sheet for it.
No, sorry. I haven't got the right page open. Let's have a look.
So you've got things like kill silently, which is no good with a gun.
Silence carbine, but yeah.
Suppressed, not silenced.
Mine actually says silence next to the gun.
Oh. Well, there's no such thing really as a true silencer, is there?
No. But the nearby town shouldn't be able to hear me, at least.
No, not at all.
So you got things like duck back, rapid reload.
So you can do things like marksman. So you could move the hit location by one step to an adjacent body area. So you could effectively go to hindquarters. Not sure that makes any difference. You could, yeah.
Okay.
There's also one called duck back, so you can fire. Use your special to duck back as a free action.
Yeah, there's no point in that.
No, it's only if you've got incoming fire.
Yeah.
Damage requires a critical.
Max damage requires a proper critical.
Yeah. That would.
There's not really a lot you do, is there? You probably choose location.
It's like suppress and things like pin down.
Pin down, yeah.
I can't find my whole list of weapon ones, sadly.
Yeah.
The Mythras combat in the Mythras book. Compel surrender would be an option for a human, but you don't think it's going to work for these?
No. I might as well ignore the special for that particular hit, because moving it up isn't going to make much difference.
Yeah.
Is it the firearms book you've got, Zeb?
I haven't got the firearms book. No, not open. But I've got the PDF for firearms. Let's see.
Stun location. That's for like beanbag rounds and things like that, I would have thought.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry, I'm miles away here. What am I doing?
Bypass armor, but I think it's a proper crit that. Choose location with a ranged weapon is a proper crit as well, unless you're very close up.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that would work with a scope though, because you've got a scope, haven't you?
Yeah.
GM's choice.
Yeah, so there's not much I can do with the specials. The degree of success doesn't have any impact on anything.
No.
Right.
Only if you get a crit.
Yeah.
It would do to determine a crit. But in this instance, your degree of success is a success versus a failure because they can't dodge the weapon.
Right.
I'm trying to find where that table is, maybe. Do you know?
So which table? The
The table that goes is it at the back of the book? That shows you the comparative differences. So if you roll a crit versus them rolling a failure, what it does.
Yeah.
You know
Okay.
what I mean, don't you?
I wonder how that worked.
Hang on, I'm trying to find it.
I'm just opening up my offensive special.
It's differential roll results, isn't it?
That's a differential. Yeah.
Page 51 of the Mythras book. Okay, so you just rolled a success. The antagonist gets a failure because they don't roll. Protagonist wins with one level of success, which means you would roll your damage and apply your
That looks strong. So I just clicked on the damage by the gun.
Yeah,
And it's done that.
it's 2d6 minus 1. You rolled a 4 and a 1 on your 2 dice, that's a 5. You rolled 1 on your d2, that's a 6. Minus 1 is a 5.
Yeah, but why do I get the damage mod for shooting? Wouldn't that be a melee attack?
That's a very good point. That
That is a very good point.
because you're chucking your gun forward to get a bit more speed on that bullet.
Yeah, you're chucking it. Yeah, you're throwing it at them. In which case, what have we ticked that we shouldn't have ticked? Have a look. Oh, yeah, there you go. The DM column. Right, try re-rolling it now.
Okay.
There you go. Oh no, it's still doing it.
No, it's still done it.
I think though.
Because your damage modifies based on your strength, isn't it?
Yeah.
Based on strength and size or something. Is it keeping the gun steadier if it's a ranged one, or?
I think ranged weapons still get the damage bonus in normal Mythras.
Yes, they do, because it's like if you're using a bow, it's how, or throwing a spear, that sort of thing. Yeah.
Doesn't matter because that means the bad guys get the same thing. So
Yeah.
It's negligible in damage, so it evens itself out. Okay.
Okay.
So you shoot this thing, and it kind of yelps and backs away a little bit. You believe, looking through your scope, you can see a fresh, brighter patch, which you take to be bleeding.
Right. I'll watch how it moves, see whether it is limping or whether it rights itself and just.
Are there any sticks or anything on the roof? You throw a stick and see if you go to fetch it.
I knew you were going to say that. I haven't got any balls with me either to throw, or frisbees or anything like that. Now, it says Force M. Don't know what that means.
That's medium.
Medium force.
Okay. And load is 3. Is that how long it takes to reload? Or
Yeah, that's where your special of rapid reload comes into it. So if you know you're going to reload, use a rapid reload as a special.
yeah, is that for single action? Because we've got a carbine, or would it?
So reload is 3 actions. So the rapid reload, I believe, allows you to reduce the reload time by 1. So if the weapon is a reload 3, it will reduce that down by 1 to 2.
Right. So that would be after the 30 shots I reload, would it?
Yes.
Rather than each go.
Because you're automatic, aren't you?
Yeah.
Well, you're because you've got a clip.
Yeah. So it only fires 1 bullet at a time.
Well,
Get
that's
30 shots.
I think if you look at the carbine, you can actually put it into semi-automatic.
See, I've got what's on the character sheets, all the info I've got on it.
You've got a fire rate of 1 or a fire rate of 3. So it isn't a full automatic weapon. It's either a single shot or a burst shot.
Okay. Do I need a separate entry on the character sheet for that to work, or do I just roll the dice 3 times?
If you want to use a burst shot, it's slightly different.
Okay. I'm not that bothered at the moment, so I'm just wondering how it works more than anything. Eventually, we might be doing bursts.
So it makes it a hard to attack roll. You then roll the dice to see how many strike the target. So if it's a burst of 3, you'd roll a d3. You then roll separate locations and damage for each round that hits.
Okay.
But the hit value becomes hard.
Right.
I like that because it takes into account of recoil, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Whereas an automatic full automatic puts you to...
Can't be formidable. That's exactly a nightmare.
It is formidable.
Ouch. But does your scope making it a little bit easier?
I would say, I would say it. What does it do? So scopes are for aiming. Reduces the apparent distance on the size and distance difficulty adjustment table by the number of steps equal to the multiplier.
Okay, so too far would knock it down into hard. We've got a scope, it'll knock it back down to standard, I take it.
Yes.
Yeah. Whereas I'm already that close now that it can't make it any better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, I'll tell Sam that I've hit it in the flank for now. I'm just keeping an eye on it to see if it is injured or whether it shrugs it off, in which case filling them full of lead isn't going to do much.
If it bleeds, we can kill it. Aside from
Okay.
It's bleeding.
I'm going to make my way to the roof. I do feel like a spare part down here. If the pews move, I'll put one against the door.
Yeah, you can pull the pews up and you can put pew up against the door.
Yeah.
Okay.
None of them have tried to cross or managed to cross the path yet. After me choosing one of them, it's not angered them and they've managed to get over.
No. So the one that you shoot, as I say, will back off. It kind of moves back away, trying to get away from the source of pain. The other, this one here, howls and kind of comes right up to the fence, to the stone ring, and kind of just again, it will just howl.
I'll try and shoot that one.
Okay, go for it.
Right. Reroll that, I think.
Okay. So what we need to do, 1 second then. So let me just find all the right tables here. So Mary, what am I looking for? I'm looking for the range table, aren't I?
Yeah, it should be back of.
Yeah, the range on the weapons, are they feet or meters?
Feet, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say meters sounds a bit too far.
French.
On long range is 2,000, so I can't see that being meters. Yeah, shoot that. 2,000 2 kilometers.
Penalties. So, okay, so it goes on. Right. So you are, roughly speaking, let's have a look, see if this works. Nope, I don't want to press on you. I want to do this. Yeah, so you're roughly...
It does it in meters, doesn't it?
10 meters. And the creature's size is 11. So it has no effect on your target. It is right. So there's no wind. It's in darkness. So how? So it's in darkness.
I've got a low light scope.
I'm going to say, hold on. It's in darkness, which would make it formidable. Your low light scope will drop it down to a hard number.
Okay.
Because so in darkness, when you use your scope, it has two effects. One is it will reduce the penalty of darkness by 1 step, so it will drop it to hard. And the second one is it will increase the range by a factor of the multiplication of the scope. Do you know what factor it is?
Nope. This is equipment. Have I got a?
It was one you bought, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Is it a 4 times?
So probably it wouldn't be a long one, I would have thought.
Yeah, I would say 4 times is probably a decent number. So if you make a note that it's a 4 times telescopic night scope, so what that would mean is effectively your...
I haven't even got it on my character sheet.
So you're 500, 900 and 2,000, aren't you?
Yeah. So close would count up to 2,000. See that? No, it is meters.
I mean, if a gun would be able to shoot 2,000 meters.
2 kilometers.
Mm.
No. A sniper rifle.
Oh, sorry, yeah, sniper rifle would, sorry.
So I would say we should probably knock 10 off those values. What did the carbine... Is a carbine listed in the Mythras imperative rules? There's a reason why I've been avoiding combat, and this is the reason.
Well, it's 5 .56mm assault rifle. Oh no, it's a 5. Assault carbine, isn't it?
Yeah.
2d6 plus 1.
-1.
A -1, sorry. Only does single and burst.
Correct. Yeah, ranges are expressed in meters. So if you look at a sling, it's 10, 150, 300. If you look at the short bow, it's 15, 100, 200. Recurve is 15.
Maximum firing range of a carbine 5.56mm M4 is 3,600 meters.
There you go. So that's fine. So with
Okay.
your 4x scope on the carbine, it
Yeah.
effectively you just double you quadruple the numbers. So a 500 meter means that you can count close if you have to take the aim action. So it doesn't automatically do it. You have to take the aim action. That costs you an entire combat round steadying the weapon. So here's how the scope would work then. If you take the aim action, you can
That's one turn.
quadruple the distances listed when calculating the distance penalties.
Okay.
If you don't take the aim action but you just use it to sight for like normal distance, and you want to utilize the low light, then you reduce by 1 difficulty any light penalty.
Right.
If
Okay.
you use both, it does both.
Yeah. Well, here I only need to do the first one. So I just need to do the low light, really.
Okay. So you're going to shoot the other one, and it's the number that you're looking for is a hard. You need a hard success.
Oh, so close.
No.
You could reverse it.
And get 84.
Oh, 84. Yeah, sorry. I'm looking at the skill number. Thinking you rolled a 34 and it didn't. Yeah, okay. So this time as you kind of you bring your rifle up and you snap a shot off again, you watch as the hound that kind of howled just seems to jump out the way, and then kind of move slightly down the hill, making it very hard, if not impossible, for you to hit it. Sam, what do you want to do? You're hearing. Well, you're not. You would need a perception roll, I think, to hear the rifle go, the carbine go.
Yeah. Where's my character sheet gone?
Hey, was it getting dark early?
It is getting dark.
Getting dark early. Doesn't help the weather's
I think it's the weather.
cloudy.
Nope, can't hear everything. In fact, I'm going to use a point to look and re-roll that.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, it's like that, yeah.
So tell you what, let's put ourselves on combat tracker at this point. Sam, you can still take an action.
Yeah, well, I'm going to... Where's my luck points there? Are there any windows on the lower level that are stained glass? I don't want to smash a stained glass window.
They're not stained glass, no.
No, so I would need to go up if I want to do anything.
Correct.
So yes,
Or go out.
Sorry?
Or walk out. Walk right up to them with the path in between you. And then...
Yeah, I'm not trusting to that theory. It could be like, no, honest, we can't cross his path, honest, mister. And then as soon as you step outside, you get pounced on by all of them.
Yeah. I don't know whether high initiatives is good or bad.
So, as always, high initiative is good.
Okay.
And you just keep going. Correct me if I'm wrong, Mehdi. You just keep going round the initiative until everybody's run out of actions.
That's right. Yeah, it's very much like Shadowrun.
But
So
it doesn't detract 10 points each
no,
time.
each time. No. It's literally if you keep going around in a circle until you've used all your action points.
Yeah.
And remember, an action point can be used to parry or to evade. So yeah, it's always worth keeping a note of your action points.
And can you remind me where it talks about endurance?
Endurance is mainly for physical.
Okay.
So it's let me get it right in my
Swords and
head.
shields, that thing.
It depends on your oh god, which one is it? It's not your dex. It must be it's either your strength. It's that a multiple of that.
Okay. We'll figure
I'm not going to whip out the PDF, but I think I might do.
Well, endurance is the stats is based. Oh, the skill is based on con, so it's con plus con.
Yeah, there's a point though where in a
Yeah, it's like Hazra in our Saturday night has to make one every three combat rounds.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll find out exactly what it is for you. Two shakes.
Yeah, cool. All right. So Mark, top of the round. What do you want to do?
Wait for Sam to roll initiative.
Yeah, Sam.
He might be. He might get faster than me. I don't know.
Ignore the fact that you can see the names of these. Capelthwaite the Black Dog is just a creature that I pulled out of the Mythras encyclopedia, but it's representative of the black dogs that you're seeing,
Right. Okay.
roughly speaking.
Well, that one I just tried to shoot is ducked out of cover.
Yes.
So,
This one has some damage on him.
yeah, I'm going back to the one that I shot first time.
Okay.
And I shall take a shot at
Again,
him.
distance, it counts as close. It's dark, so you're at a formidable. So if you're using your scope, you can drop that down to a hard.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Cool.
And give it a go. Actually, let's pop that out. And ooh, that'll
It's a
do.
hard one. It's not a critical, so it's a success. So again, you've got normal damage. You roll your damage, and you've got one special effect.
That's why I need to roll location first then.
And compel surrender is an option. You can absolutely, because the idea is that you're shooting it and you're trying to force it to run away or flee.
Yeah.
So as an option, compel surrender. Another option would be ignore armor.
Yeah, it's not going to like that. I just shot it in the head. Well, a human, that would be the head.
19. 19 on Capelthwaite, the big dog, is a 19. It's a head.
Let's see how much damage you do then.
Hmm. 6 points of damage to the head. Okay.
Right, from what I'm getting, it's down to your con. So con in rounds. So how many seconds is it a round?
Don't know this. 6 in D&D, so
6 seconds, 10 seconds probably.
So it's rounds, not actions. Because I've got quite a few actions per round.
Yeah, so a round is all of your actions, and I think a round lasts 10 seconds.
Okay.
It just means you act very quickly. Well, yeah. Combat round. I don't think it does. It matter how long a combat round lasts for, Medi?
No, I'm just trying to work out your fatigue.
Okay. All right. All right. You hit it in the head. It screeches. And what do you want to do with your special effect? Did you want to try and compel a surrender?
Yeah, if it's alive, yeah, get it to run away. Hopefully, it'll take the others with it.
Alive.
Yeah, a bullet to a wolf's head normally would kill one, or a dog's head. If this is still alive, then hell yes, I want it to run away.
Okay. So technically, when you compel surrender, you don't do damage.
Right.
So basically, compel surrender would be against a sapient creature, would be shoot it, like shoot the ground near it and say surrender. And he would
Right.
go, okay. In this instance, though, for non-sapient creatures, we can use compel surrender still as an option. You would still apply the damage. The idea being here is it self-preservation greater than its anger directed at you, and the wound is enough to force it to try and flee.
Yeah.
So
That's what I'm trying to do.
it needs to make a willpower save against the target number that you rolled.
So it needs to roll under 7 or.
It needs to roll under 7, I believe. So just looking at compel surrender. Assuming the target is sapient and able to understand the demand. Okay, well, that doesn't matter in this instance. The target must make an opposed roll of willpower against the original attack or parry roll. If the target fails, they capitulate. Okay. So he fails. He rolled his willpower, didn't get anywhere near the number. And so, with a yelp, the dog starts to head, turns tail, and begins to head down the hill and away from your view. So that's your first action.
Okay, I want to try. When it runs off, I want to make a note of which direction it's going.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. It's heading. So it's heading into the gloom in a sort of a easterly direction at the moment.
Right. Okay. Hopefully, there'll be a blood trail to follow. At least until
Weird.
a certain point.
Why can't I? Oops, killed everything. Okay, move to that. That's a bit rubbish, isn't it? They're all not.
Still linked.
They're linked, yeah. And it takes me 2 seconds to sort the link out. Okay, so he's running. Still doing it. I don't know why. Something has broken on the combat tracker, and I have no clue why.
Kill off that one, and we'll assume it's run off.
Okay, so the next one. He's the boss.
He's hiding at the moment because he's scaredy cat.
Yeah, he's there. Right, so he is going to there. All right, now it's Sam. Don't understand why this isn't working.
Okay, I'm going to move to the door.
Yep.
Move the pew out the way. And that'll be my turn.
Okay.
I'm giving me no good firing up from the top because it's dark.
I'll point out tell you where it is, the one that appears to be the leader, the one that growled at me.
Okay, so this one kind of moves back a little bit. They seem to be kind of pulling away from the church at the moment, but kind of watching with regard. And he is off. Mark, top of next action. How many actions do you have?
5.
Okay, Jesus, Mark. All right, next
Loads.
action.
Oh my god.
Let's just double check.
So
Yeah, 5.
See, it might be worth doing what we do in the fantasy version of Mythras, the new one that's come out, which is everyone has 2 action points.
right.
But then that's not Mythras. The main Mythras rules. It's classic fantasy.
Okay, is that going to confuse things more by having 3 systems
No.
merging together? Okay.
I would still say so. Everybody has a basic of 2, but as PCs, so most humans would have 2. You two being pulp would have 3, and then bad guys will have anything between 2 and 5, depending on their skills, or 2 and 4, depending on their skills. So there is a possibility that you would fight vampires that are faster than you, and that's represented by having 1 extra action per combat round.
In our superhero game, our rabbit, our speedster, only has about 4 or 5 action points.
Yeah,
I was going to say I'm moving like a vampire at the moment.
Yeah.
With 5 actions.
So let's do that. So let's set our actions to 3. I can do that for you. Except you can't because the game uses.
It's generated by your stats.
Yeah. Well, just keep as it is then. We shall just have really long combat rounds.
Do this. There you go. I've set you to 3 now.
There we go.
And I can set. Yeah. So you're both set to 3. There you go. You're both at normal. Whoops. Medi. Okay, Mark. Second action.
Right. If I can I target the leader yet, or is he still hiding?
You can attempt to target the leader.
Yeah, I shall do that.
So he is. Okay, so this is going to be formidable because he is trying to hide, but you do have your scope to help with the darkness. So it's going to be quite hard, but it's not impossible. Just you need a hard number.
Right. Okay.
You need 25 or less, effectively, to be able to hit it.
I shall flip it.
All right. Okay. You take. You shoot down into where you can just about see the wolf. Roll your location and damage. 11. I think that's just gonna be. That feels like a body.
It's chest on humans.
Right front leg, actually.
Okay.
Roll your damage. Okay. Oh God. All right. You hear a yelp and a howl as okay, so he needs to make an endurance test against the target that you rolled. So you flipped it to 18. Okay, no. Okay, so you hear a yelp and there is a whimper.
Okay. I'll inform Sam that one's ran off after being shot in the head, and I've hit what I think is the pack leader in the leg. So any others out that
Great work,
injured
Mark.
ones. So the injured one is that if you're planning on going out, that's the pack leader. Hopefully we can drive that away, and the others will follow.
Roger.
See, there's so many little things about this character sheet that needs sorting. Like it should count ammo when it's used.
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
keeping a mental note.
With a howl, which is a mixture of anger and pain, the pack leader begins to move away, and you kind of just about make out in the darkness. You see its kind of eyes just seem to blink out, and you think you can make out a darker shape against the darkness of the hills, kind of moving away.
Yeah. I'll try and keep that in scope, just to see where it's going more than to shoot again.
Yeah. Sam?
Night vision goggles I'm going to put on.
Yep.
I'm going to open the door a crack.
Yep.
And can I see this one here?
You can as you open the door, yes.
Fantastic. I'm going to take a shot at that one then.
Okay. Yeah, it's hard because you are using night vision goggles to circumvent the light, the dark.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, even reversing that, that's not going to hit. Do you want to try and re-roll?
Go on, we'll give it another go.
Okay. Making out how many shots you fired, by the way, everybody.
Yay.
Beautiful. Okay, roll your damage. That will give you one extra. Give you an extra special as well.
So let me close that. Where's my damage?
There they go. What Glock is D10?
Nice. 12
Show you what location first, anyway.
Yeah, 12 points of damage. Point blank range almost. You stick your... Come out, you see this thing, you drop down to one knee, and you hit it in the head.
Lovely.
Actually... Oops, let me not do that.
That's a headshot.
The head seems to vaporize in a sort of a red mist. Well, not vaporize, partly vaporize as the bullet kind of goes in through the front skull and out back of the ham's skull. And you watch as the form just drops down.
Ah, fantastic.
Because even with its armor, it can't absorb 12 damage. So actually, though, you still need to take it into negatives, don't you? So that's going to be minus. Yeah. So that gives it a major wound.
So it would need to make an endurance check now to see if it stays conscious.
Immediately incapacitated. If the severed punch, yeah. Drops unconscious, totally incapacitated, immediately make an endurance test versus your roll is 19. Believe it or not, it made it.
Nice.
Okay. Oh. Does this have a healing rate? What's its healing rate? 3. Okay. Okay. The dog collapses. You see that puff of red mist come out the back of its head, and you watch as the thing just kind of drops down and hits the deck and doesn't seem to be moving. Not dead. It is not hidden either. It is unconscious. There we go. Right, there we go. So it's unconscious. So we go to this dog over here who begins to run. And we go to this dog over here who is running. Okay. Next round, Mark. Using your scope, you can still make them out as they're sort of heading in a southeasterly direction.
Okay.
Is there a road down that way?
I'm just having a look. Hang on. Actually, sorry. You'll see them heading southwards. They're starting to swing away and head south.
Okay. I'll follow them in with the scope, but I won't shoot anymore.
Okay.
Just keep track of them, really.
All right. Dan, you doing anything?
Yeah, I'm going to go out to this one that's down.
Yeah.
Keep an eye out all around and try and pull it over this the path. Just see what happens.
Okay. All right. You head out. You grab this creature It is unconscious. It doesn't seem to be resisting you in any way.
No, I'm going to try and roll it from behind rather than pull it, because if I pull it and something happens, I could lose my hand.
You could.
Is it still looking like a dog?
That's the other thing I want to, make sure it is. It's blood, isn't it, that's coming out?
As you push it over the threshold of the stone, you watch as the body begins to burn.
Phew, I'm glad I changed my mind about pulling it.
And yes, as you push it, the body begins to burn, and within a few seconds, all you have in front of you is a pile of ash.
Mark, did you see that?
No, I was following the others with the scope. What happened?
I just pushed this unconscious dog over the path, and it burst into flames.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Is it because it's on holy ground, or something to do with the ley lines, or some other reason?
Maybe it's a Highlander. Holy ground, Highlander.
Maybe.
Our friend Hopkins seems to be okay.
Yeah, but he was a Renfield. Are you sure you haven't watched any vampire films in your time?
I have.
He's a servant. If what's going on is true for what he says, he's a servant, so he's mostly human.
Okay.
Just
so he can turn into a bat.
With some powers handed down by his master.
Well, a bat flew past me after he left you, so I wouldn't say he's human anymore.
The hounds seem to be going in pretty much a straight path down from the tor and out into the fields. Unfortunately, as you're tracking them about a kilometre or so, kilometre and a half away, they seem to hit a stretch of woodland and you lose them. But let me pull you to this map. The stretch that you lose them in appears to be in this area here.
So near Heathfield Farm. Or, actually, where are we going from? St. Max Church. Okay. Yeah. So they've gone past the animal rescue, is what I was checking.
Yeah, they're not even heading in that direction.
No. Okay. It's more or less straight line to Heathfield Farm. Okay.
Oh, gotcha. Right, Heathfield Farm B&B.
Yeah.
So when this dog burst into flames, it still stayed in dog form while it was burning?
Correct.
Okay.
Didn't change at all.
So nothing's been left behind apart from the ash. There's no.
Yeah, there's just the ash, and the rest of the dogs have disappeared into the darkness. It's now probably. By now it is. Oops, no, I don't remove it by day. Probably about getting on for 11 o'clock at night.
Okay. I'll pick up all the spent ammo. So there's
no shell casing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me a perception check. I just need an easy success.
Perception.
Nice.
No problem. Yeah, you find all the cases.
Okay. Then I'll head down to Sam.
Okay. Sam, you can hear Mark heading towards you coming down the internal ladder and stuff.
Okay, just make a perception check to find my booby traps. No. Mark, did you missed it? It was bloody amazing. This dog just burst into flames as soon as it went over this path.
Okay. How can we weaponize that? We can't really carry the path around.
Let's cover ourselves in path. No.
Pick up the path and turn it into a stone club. Okay.
At least we know it's a safe place to go to.
Yeah. I want to head to where I hit the leader.
Yep.
And look for any blood on the floor. Yeah. Torch.
Okay. Give me another perception roll.
So I know roughly where it was. If I can't find it there, I'll head over to where I headshotted the other one because there should be more blood there.
No worries.
Perception. There we go.
Let me switch back to here.
That's straight success. Oh,
You're down
great
to
there.
Okay. You find. Yeah. So you find an area in the grass that is matted with some kind of dark brownish liquid that's quickly solidifying. Things certainly seemed to bleed.
Right, okay. Turn on the UV torch on the blood, see if it reacts differently.
Begins to smoke.
Ooh.
Interesting.
So their blood is reacting the same way as the worms.
Yeah.
Would appear so.
We have to start carrying around little test tubes with screw-on lids to get samples of things when I'm out and about. I didn't think I could bring any.
But then the other thing is, you're going to make sure you put them in a dark place and away from sunlight.
Pocket.
Yeah. On a cool, dark place.
Yeah.
Away from sunlight.
Yeah, it's a damp, dark place.
Yeah, I need to get samples
These
from
things,
these.
as far as I can tell, these things were being hurt by your weapons, and at least, a good, strong headshot. Unfortunately, Kath wasn't rolling strong headshots. A good, strong headshot does appear to drop them.
That's good to know. I'm going to put the church back into how we first found it.
Yeah.
Put the church back into how we first found it. It'll probably take you an hour to do so.
Relock the door.
Hopkins mentioned they were weak to silver, didn't he?
Yeah.
Silver ammo might be an idea.
I think
plated blades.
On that note, Mark, give me a second, because you've never really spent time actually looking at the ammo in the ammo clips that you've got.
No, we didn't, did we?
Oh no.
Let me have a look. Give me an engineering roll.
Ooh. Oh. If I flipped it, I'd fail by one.
Yeah. So it won't make a difference.
I'll reroll.
Okay.
Going through
You can do
the
the
points.
same time if you want. If you have engineering trained as a profession.
Yeah, there we go.
Nice.
So Sam, as you're putting you're putting the church back, and just kind of casually by the door, you notice that Mark kind of pulls the clip out. He jets one of the rounds, puts the clip in his pocket, stands the rifle next to him, and he starts to look at it. And what you can see in the bullet head, it is a marbled effect with standard bullet metal and what appears to be a bright silvery coloured streaks in it.
Okay, so silver alloy or some sort.
It looks like the bullets that you have contain silver.
Nice. I'll check. I'll jet my clip and just have a quick look at mine as well.
It's exactly the same in yours.
Fantastic. Well, that's something to bear in mind, Mark.
Yeah, I think we need
Silver.
to silver plate our knives.
That's a good idea.
Okay.
I might take a trip to Lakeland and get some silver-plated cutlery.
Hold on.
How do you kill it? With a fork?
Yeah.
Was it hard
You'll
with a
have-
spoon?
You'll have to forgive me.
Yeah, so typically, so what you'll see is the penetrator, the bullet tip, is mostly steel, but there are streaks of a brighter silvery metal in there. And as far as you can see, you can tell with your limited knowledge here, these are some kind of a hybrid steel silver mint.
Okay.
That feels very difficult to Mark and to Sam. It feels very difficult for the pair of you to actually pull off.
Yeah.
It would definitely be easier if they were copper alloy, but they're going to be softer.
Yeah. Just as well I've got engineering skill.
So it looks like the guys we stole these off were loaded for bear.
Yeah. I thought what's in the shotgun shell? Silver ball bearings, maybe?
Yeah, silver's
Oh,
not
there's
expensive, which is
slugs.
nice.
You got shotgun shell? Did you get a shotgun from them?
Yes.
Yeah, we got the combat shotgun from the one that fell over at the very beginning.
Yeah, you haven't got that with you at the moment, though, have you?
No.
No, it's in the back of the car.
You'll need to pull a cartridge together, the pieces.
Yeah.
But we've only got the cartridges that are in the shotgun anyway, so there's no point destroying one shotgun shell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll just assume that
Oh.
it is.
The combat shotgun that you have is probably an 8-round combat shotgun, side or rear loaded. So you know there are 8-shot shells in it.
Yeah.
Depends whether you store them.
Are they cartridges or slugs? I know shotguns can do both, can't they?
Yeah, they would have been cartridges.
Right. So there might be a silver ball bearing type thing in it then.
Yeah,
Rather
silver pellets.
Slug. Yeah. Okay. So they're probably doable to make.
Right.
You need to take them apart and have a look at what the composition is inside.
Yeah.
Obviously, silver on its own is quite a soft metal.
Yeah.
So you need to see whether
Ball bearings coated in silver.
Yeah.
Okay, once I put everything back to how it was, I'm going to say to Mark, let's get to the car and see where they've gone. You say they went to that farm down there?
Yeah.
That's where, yeah, they headed in the woods near the farm.
Well, hopefully we can pick up the trail there then.
Might be worth waiting until daylight, though. Only because they couldn't get at us that we actually managed to drive them off.
True.
Thank you.
What was the name of that guy that worked around here? It was, oh, God. Graham, wasn't it?
Charlie.
Charlie.
Charlie was the ex-military that we saw at the inn.
Yeah, that's the inn. Yeah, that's what. Because he's a farmhand now, isn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, I've got his pickup's license plate number.
That's right. Yeah.
It's all gone kind of quiet. Actually, probably by the time you finished putting the church back, collecting your shells, realizing that the ammo in your weapons seemed to have silver in them, it's probably close to midnight. I was probably just ticked over midnight. And you can hear the sound of night animals and insects snuffling around and moving around the outside of the church.
Yeah, so they've gone.
Something that you didn't have previously.
Yeah. Apex predators were about everything but itself scarce or hid. So that means that we probably safe to get back to our vehicle.
Indeed. Let's head back down the hill.
Okay.
When we get to the car, what were those envelopes that you said you were given?
Let's have a look at him in the car.
You open the envelopes. It is a very neat check by a company you've never heard of before. That's made out in your names, and it simply says, pay Mark Silvers, Sam McRae, the sum of £150,000.
Nice.
That's really nice.
But Sam, you will realise that by cashing the checks in, you are accepting the job.
I think we've agreed to do that anyway when we spoke to
Cassandra's sister.
Paula.
Yeah, that's it. We more or less agreed then.
We just didn't know who we were working for, and now we've got some closure on that. Because that was the only stumbling block for me, was we're running around spending our hard-earned cash and not knowing why.
Yeah.
It's getting hard to justify doing what we were doing for nothing.
Do we tell Paula who we're working for? Because I don't think she's going to believe us.
You might be pleasantly surprised, but you never know. Mind you, she was very sceptical, wasn't she? Or am I getting her mixed up with somebody else?
She knew about us.
That was when we met in the pub, wasn't it, up in Whitby?
Yeah. Funny enough, the novel I've just finished reading, they mention Whitby there and Dracula. There's loads of different things to do with Dracula around the town, the exhibitions and museums and things. So if she's living up there, odds are she knows more about the myths than we do.
Right, so good thing you don't want to go in the forest at night time.
I'm a hunter, so I know not to go in at night if possible.
It would be nice if we could wound all of them, because I'd be interested to see if Charlie and it was Ian, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I wonder if they start
I
walking
think.
around with a limp.
I've got Charlie's name. Yeah, I think Ian was the other one. Yeah, Graham is the proprietor of the inn, I think.
That's right. Graham Dowdle.
Yeah. Yeah, I only got Charlie's
The
name.
name of the company on the check is Night Sky Financial Securities LLC. There is a signature, but you can't really make out. Well, you could, if you squint at it, it could be Point de la.
Louis de Point. Yeah, Point de
Could be LDE Point de la. But it's a bit of a squiggle. And the rest of the check is just very neatly typed on a rather nice, slightly thick paper with gold filigree for all the lines and things.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Very nice, Jeff.
Is it from
Awesome.
Is it from Coots?
Yeah. Oh, that's a good point. The bank? No, the bank would be. The bank would be. Dubai,
HSBC.
no, Dubai Financial Bank.
Okay, let's head to the car, go back, have a little bit of sleep, and then go out in the morning, early doors, and have a look at where those dogs went.
Yeah.
Like first light, I'll see what time sun rises, and set my alarm for then.
Okay, shall we take a 10-minute break?
That'd be lovely, thank you.
Let's take a 10-minute break. I'm getting bombarded by somebody with messages.
The person that just popped in?
No, that's Dart. No,
Oh.
no, somebody from work.
Ooh. No, we're on the right place. Right. Oh, bless.
He's decided to sleep on it tonight.
I went to check on him. Well, we took a break and he was just lying down because he popped in earlier on and I'd just seen him leaving. So then I went and spoke to my parents. As I was going back, I heard a growl, well, a grumble, and it's like, I'm over here. So he has to go out. He's got me very well trained.
So, new dog for you, Medi, or are you done?
Toying with the idea.
Don't some people say to replace because they don't.
No, they never do. No, but we're thinking about possibly a Rottie or a Doberman.
Whoa. Okay.
We don't do small dogs.
What was the last?
Yeah.
A German Shepherd Labrador cross.
Okay. German Shepherd or
Yeah,
Shepherd?
more lab though.
More lab. Oh, was it just old age?
Yeah, sadly. It's strange. I went to work and she seemed fine in the morning. Then Lisa rang me to say that she couldn't stand up.
She had a stroke or anything?
Well, that's she seemed to be fine because she got into the car okay to go to the vets. But the vet would took one look at her and went, yeah.
Always sad.
It was. It was very, very. The funny thing is, I still check the floor when I walk in the living room because she used to lie literally with her head through the door into the hallway and it's because she's black on a black carpet. It's like I don't want to step on her, so I still do that.
Yeah.
You'll do that for a long time.
Mm.
All right, we're all back.
Yep.
No, I am not in game because my PC has absolutely free. So is the sound okay? Because I'm coming through my webcam.
Yeah, you're slightly quieter, but you're fine.
Yeah, I just turned your volume up because I noticed you were quieter.
That will be the webcam. Let me see if I can. I don't know if I can change that.
No, I put you up to 200 just to be safe.
I haven't got it that high. Yeah, people's volumes are all over the place on my. It's like on Thursday's game, I turned Check down because he was a lot louder than everyone else for some strange reason, though at the same setting. Guy used to be louder, then I knocked him down to quieter, and then I had to turn him back up again. And that was all through the same night.
Yeah, weird. Something is going on with my PC. No, I can't.
If your cursor starts moving on its own, just it'll be that Prince of Zambia.
The Prince of Zambia, eh?
With his package he's got for you.
Well, I got an email earlier on if I wanted to complain about the police. There was a website where you can complain about the police and things. It said that there's been 80,000 complaints within the last year in England and Wales. The email address was from a Google Mail account, and at the bottom it was telling me something about Canada.
I got an email the other week to my old shop email address saying that they've got control of my CCTV cameras and can see everything and got all these details on me and blah blah blah. Which I was highly impressed because the shop's now converted into something into flats, and and it's not been there for 12 years, 14 years.
And there's no CCTV or anything.
No.
Yeah.
So I took that with a pinch of salt.
We have your internet. We've been spying on you, and we know what porn sites you visit.
Yes.
You've got a very dirty mind. And
Yeah.
In 48 hours, if you don't pay us 60 quid, and you think, do people really fall for this? But the answer is yes, they do.
Yeah,
they must do.
Guilty, people with really guilty consciences probably go, "Oh my God, no, here's my 100 quid," and they send it, and you're just
The last one of those I got was from Lisa.
Yeah, but she's been away for 6 months.
That's true.
and she really did have all that information on you.
Oh yeah.
Okay, what are we doing?
Back to B&B. Few hours sleep. Alarm set for when sun rises, and then we're
B&B, eh?
Yeah, do a look up on this Heathfield as well.
Good call.
Okay.
I'd be able to take a look around the property type of thing with if they're a B&B, they'll probably advertise the pictures and things. We might see people in the background that we might recognise, like this Charlie.
Okay, so first and foremost, here's where we're going to slightly deviate from the real world. Who's driving?
Us,
I'll be driving.
Yeah.
Okay.
The one who owns the car.
So Sam's driving. Mark, you pull out a smartphone, take a look, and it certainly isn't a B&B. In fact, there's no reference to Heathfield Farm on the internet at all. So ignore the fact that there's a B&B, like a caravan and camping place. There is just Heathfield Farm is listed on Google Maps, but there isn't a website associated with it.
Okay. I'll do a Google Maps search in the area with the aerial view, see if it shows anything in that area.
There's a lot of cows.
Zooming in, there's an oddity about the place. There seems to be a fence all the way around the property.
Okay. Looks like it's secured in some way.
More so than it being, if you look at the Google map for the place,
Yeah.
more so than the. If I look at, I've lost it now. Where is it?
Oh, there's quite a few of them.
Well, I hope the cows not dogs.
There's one near that wall. One.
So if you look at the aerial view, so if you imagine, so you've got the road that obviously leads up to Heathfield Farm. It's a small track, but what you notice is where it's. If you look at it from the track towards Heathfield Farm, where the main road is, the gate is closed, and there seems to be a fence as kind of going off into the woodland either side, probably 7 feet tall, with what appears to be some barbed wire on the top. The other thing that you'll notice from the overhead map are what appears to be a number of what look like power. Sorry, not
Generators.
What appears no, not generators. Sorry, what appears to be a number of erected high-power working lights.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And you could just make out a sign on the gate that says closed by order of DEFRA. Warranty.
Oh, foot and mouth.
Foot and mouth, mad cows, that kind of thing.
Okay. Well, they obviously don't want visitors, so it looks pretty secure with the fence and the lights.
Are there any? I'm gonna sound paranoid here, but any like guard towers as well, like lookout towers.
Many sort of lookout guard towers, no.
I'd be interested to know if these spotlights have a UV setting. The residents get out of hand. They switch the lights to quarantine version.
You won't be able to tell from just looking at it
No.
from the thing, but
Yeah.
you would need to get close and examine one.
Yeah. I was just thinking off the top of my head there. Would be a sensible thing if they're dealing with these things.
Yeah, but if they've got them and they might be able to control them themselves.
Be interesting to see if they can control them after they were injured. Like, get them. That tends to make most animals hard to control. Depends how much self-control these wolves stroke dogs have. Especially the one that was hit in the head. I don't think someone that normally controls them would fare well if it was in that much pain.
Yeah, but Mark, you remember, buddy, that these aren't normal animals.
I know, but they still seem to have the pack mentality. So they're not fully human, I would have thought.
And if you think they came out during the gibbous moon, what else? If vampires are real,
Yeah,
what else comes out of full moon?
yeah, but
Which is why I thought it'd be interesting to see if that Ian and Charlie, whether they're walking with a limp or one of them's got a hole in the head.
yeah. Yeah, the thing is, the other creatures that you're implying, that tend to be weak to UV, or
That's true. That we know of.
no, that's true.
So how do you want to approach this?
I'm not sure.
Go to the gate, see what kind of reception we get. Because if it's quarantine, there really shouldn't be anybody. Well, if it's quarantine, there should be somebody watching the gate, and if we go to the gate, then they're going to come sharpish, I reckon.
Yeah, so I'm expecting them to have surveillance on the gate as well, as in cameras and things.
Shame we can't get some DEFRA ID and some little like hazmat suits. You know, those lightweight ones.
Yeah, though I suspect this DEFRA is fake. So us turning up with the ID would probably look suspicious if it wasn't genuine as well.
Mm.
How good were the drones back then?
Too bad. Drones back then were okay in 2011.
Yeah.
Not as good as they are today, but then they were freely purchasable, I think, in those days.
Yeah. You wouldn't have needed a license for them like you do now. I'm not sure if there's anywhere around here that sells them. That would be the
There's a big town or
safest
city.
way.
So we'd have to probably drive to somewhere like.
You would definitely need to drive to one of the major cities, yes.
Yeah, so like Newton Abbot.
Yeah. Yeah, there's nothing where you are. So you get yourself back to Mary Tavy, to the inn, settle for the night. Yeah, have a very decent night's sleep.
Yeah. The bar would have been closed by the time we get back on it past midnight.
In fact, it'd be quicker to go to Plymouth.
I was thinking Plymouth, but I couldn't find where you mentioned.
It's to the right of the Dartmoor National Park. And it's just one road straight to Plymouth. It's the A386.
Well, the Tavistock's not far away from you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tavistock, yeah.
Really clever.
In fact, Tavistock's the first decent sized place that you come to as you go on the road to Plymouth.
They've got a Tesco superstore.
Yeah, it says that.
Yeah, it looks like an industrial estate there, doesn't it?
We've got Tesco's and Morrison's.
Plymouth Road Industrial Estate.
What you after? Just a small sort of
Drone with a camera on it.
consumer drone with camera on the front.
Yeah. Nothing fancy, just something that'll allow us to check without necessarily being seen.
Okay. So you can get a something like a DJI quadcopter, probably 500 quid.
I was thinking of DJI, so yeah, that sounds.
It will have a mount for a GoPro camera and would have, I would say,
It's,
okay. So yeah, you could get a you could get a GoPro. Now it doesn't have GPS in it, so it's not going to be able to come back to you or anything like that. So you'd need to be able to control it.
so I'm looking at now the ability to see what I've got that might actually. See, the only professional skills I've got that might cover it is engineering or drive on standard, as the ones I've got.
Probably need pilot to be good at it.
Yeah, I haven't got pilot as a training skill.
Yeah, I've got pilot. Well, no, I've not trained it, so it's not.
So I would say you are going to. So it's not something you've done before, so you'll need to try and do it and try and be successful.
Bit of practice, yeah.
I would say straight up Dex and Int as your skill target.
Let's
So that's like craft.
Yeah.
okay.
Or electronics would be Dex and Int as well. Don't you have your electronics trained?
No, engineering I went.
Pilot's decking in, so
Yeah. Yeah, I got 34.
Yeah, 31.
yeah. So that's what it's going to be. But what I'm going to give you the option of is if you are successful in a Dex and Int check flying the pilot, I will allow you to convert 2 experience rolls into enabling the pilot for drones, like commercial drones, not military drones, and not helicopters and stuff like that. But you'd be able to have a pilot commercial drones professional skill.
There could be military drones, just not the ones that carry missiles
Yeah.
or the ones that they use to scout out things.
Yeah.
So we've probably seen them in use while
You have definitely
we were out on.
definitely seen them in use. They've probably supported you on numerous operations.
Yeah.
But they fly at like 40,000 feet.
Mm.
No, I don't mean those ones. I mean the little ones.
Oh, the little ones, yeah.
The little ones, they scout out things as well.
Yeah.
Have you ever watched SEAL Team? Is it David Boreanaz's series?
Yeah.
They've got those type of drones going around as well to scout out things.
So yeah, so you can pick one of those up. You've got plenty of cash. I'm not going to worry about tracking cash at the moment. So one of you or both of you can buy yourself a Phantom drone with camera.
Yeah, and then spend a bit of time practicing with it.
Find a field and have a practice, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Work out the ranges and things.
Yeah.
No problem.
Make sure we don't get car sick trying to pilot them.
Yeah.
I've seen those type of things, don't know how far back, where you could actually have a VR headset and see through the camera through the headset type thing. But
Yeah.
I'd like to have a go at that at some point.
What batteries is it rechargeable?
Yes.
Yeah.
And you'd probably pick up a couple of batteries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you'd probably pick up both a plug-in car battery
Yeah.
and a wall charger.
Indeed. Yeah. As soon as you get in the car, batteries on charge.
Yeah. Okay. So you've got your drone.
Yeah.
You take it to a field and you do a little bit of practicing. Yeah. You might be able to. So I would say you can probably get it up. You can probably get it down. Hovering is a little bit tricky, and actually getting it to go where you want it to go is also a little bit tricky. But
Yeah, we'll see what we can do.
see what you can do. So it's probably then, after you've done that, probably lunchtime. Just after lunch, after you've done your
While we're out shopping, should we get some silver knives of some sort? As in cutlery, until we can actually make something proper. Silver plates are combat knives. So just cutlery for the time being.
you buy yourself a nice set of cutlery.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm having the cheese
Steak knives.
knife.
Silver steak knives type of thing.
Okay. Silver plated steak knife.
From Eoldi shop.
You don't find any in Tavistock.
Okay. Any antique shops?
There would be. Yes, but
So-
you for
Yeah.
no.
You got anything?
Like second-hand shops,
Oh,
pawn shops, that sort of thing.
Old swords or something in the or walking sticks with a silver head on them or something like that.
Okay,
As an improvised.
one of the one of the antique shops actually does have a walking stick with a silver
Handle.
handle. It looks a little bit like a beer mug, like a tankard of ale.
Lovely.
Yeah, if it's not ridiculously expensive because it's a real antique, then yeah, that'll do.
It's in the £100 range. Are you going into Tavistock and checking in your checks?
Yes. Might as well get them in the bank, get the ball rolling.
Yeah.
You pay your checks in. There's a few eyebrows raised at the size of them.
Yes, money laundering regulations will kick in at this point. MLR 10, I think it was back then.
I was going to say, so you do have the bank crisis of 2008 has happened, so they are a little bit more stringent about cash and where it's come from. And they make a couple of calls, legitimacy, put a message into the Dubai Financial Bank. You're kept waiting probably for half hour or so. And then eventually a cashier, the manager even comes over and he hands you both a receipt for the checks and tells you that, everything is all in order, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Congratulations on your inheritance.
Thank you.
Thank you again. Yeah, it's very, very sad, but thank you.
So you've done that. Okay. You have lunch in Tavistock. It's a nice little place. So you have some lunch. You enjoy. There's a lot of antique stores, books and antiques.
I thought there might be.
Actually, let's do something.
See, the closest skill I've got, I think, that could use something like that is Street Fighter. Got knives, knuckle dusters, clubs.
Yeah. Oops. Where's that gone? PL19 OAL. Let's have a look at this. Market Road. So on Market Road, there is a place called. I can't actually see it now. Armory Antique. Number 4, the Pannier Market, perimeter shops on Market Road. And my mouse has just died.
I see walking around a full size plate mail.
Silver plate mail.
Binky's barn. First picture that came up was a full suit of plate mail. Ethnic weapons, antiques from the Far East, Asia, and Africa.
So they will have a. Does a. So they will have, yeah. So I would say it's there that you got the. In fact, let's do this. Make it a little bit more interesting. So the walking stick that you get, you find in. You find in Armory Antiques, and it turns out that it has a handle on the top. The handle is silver. When you pull it out, there is a blade, a very thin blade inside. The blade has been.
Oh, it's a sword stick.
The blade has been dulled, so as it to be safe to you to own.
But the blade is silver as well.
The blade is not silver, but the handle is.
Okay.
And there's a walking stick as well, so that's fine.
Yeah.
I want to be looking for in this place a replica dagger or something that's silver placed if possible.
Yeah, just looking at the daggers on the website, there's 8 pages of it, of different daggers. And that's on the. Yeah.
Yeah, you got sabres and all sorts, haven't you?
Yeah.
They have a small collection of silver daggers. 3 in total.
Yep, I'll definitely be buying one of them. In fact, I'll buy all 3.
Yeah, I was going to say get all 3.
They probably set you back £400 or £500 because technically they're antiques, and you will need to do a little bit of maintenance work on them to make them effective cutting weapons.
Well, it's more stabby, isn't it? If it just goes in and it's got a point on it, you should be able to push it in.
Go in the current state of it.
Yeah.
So all in all, you probably spend sort of £1,200, but you manage to get them down to, bulk buy, discount, that kind of thing. You manage to get them down to about £1,000. And you even sell the cover story that your 2 historical weapons researchers for a movie that is focusing on vampires, and you're looking for something a little bit more authentic that that you don't have to plate in silver. And so the guy's really impressed and very happy and gives you a discount, bringing you to just under £1,000 for the sword cane, the walking stick, and the 3 knives.
Shake his hand, and away we go.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right.
I see you got muskets.
Few little toys.
Yeah.
The plan.
I'd rather not check this place out at night if those hounds are going to be running around again.
No, totally agree. We go in daylight. And to be fair, I'll be taking my pistol.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to look a bit dodgy carrying your carbine, though.
Yeah, I'm carrying a pistol as well, rather than the carbine. I'm not as good with a pistol. In fact, I have no skill for a pistol. On there, I've got a hunting.
Yeah, you will have.
Yeah, I'll be able to use a pistol of some sort.
I would go to.
My combat styles.
I also might go to a hardware shop and picking up a file.
A file.
Okay. just to sharpen one,
What about
the point a bit.
Better?
So,
You broke up then.
bolt cutters?
yes, we'll get some things out of bolt cutters.
So let's make an assumption then that you spend a good few hours, including a decent lunch in Tavistock, knowing that, like you said, you don't particularly want to approach Heathfield Farm late in the day that could cause you to be there in the evening. And so you make the most of your day in Tavistock, pulling out, visiting of various stores, getting yourself your drone, getting your various antique weapons from the antiques weapons armory dealer, visiting a couple of hardware stores to pick up some various bits of hardware that you think you might need, files, bolt cutters, etc. And by the time you drive back, it is late afternoon. The sun is starting to set, and you just get yourself back to Mary Tavy Inn. It's once again you decide to spend the evening there, having a good hearty meal, a couple of pints.
I want, as soon as we get back, I'm just going to sit in the bar, choose a corner furthest away about looking at the door, and I want to see if Charlie comes in. Because he's quite a regular, apparently, wasn't he?
That's what they said.
I was thinking the same thing.
So by the time you get back, it's kind of about 5:30, and you discover that Charlie has been in, but has gone home.
Yeah, okay.
Was he okay when he came in? Wasn't limping or anything?
No, he was, as far as Graham tells you, he was absolutely fine.
Oh, sorry, I thought I saw him fall down earlier on in the day.
No. In fact, quite the opposite. He was not, wasn't limping, didn't seem hurt. Kept going on about wolves though.
Oh, really?
Yeah, something about a wolf pack was roaming around last night, and they had to chase them away.
Oh, where was he working last night? Do you know?
He didn't say. I got the impression it's sure it's sort of over near over near the old Heathfield Farm way.
All right. Isn't that the one that's quarantined off?
Yeah. The sad tale that the entire herd apparently had contracted mad cows, and they had to quarantine it off. They weren't sure how it got there, what its source was, but DEFRA came in, closed it down. The family left. The place had been abandoned for about 3 years now.
Oh, gosh.
Oh.
Is that where Charlie works then? Near there?
No. I think it's one of the other farms to the bit further west, but I can't remember the name of what it is. He just said he hang on, let me have a look at the wider map. He just said that he was tracing had been following them. They'd made it across country towards Heathfield Farm, but he lost them in the woods. Down by the river.
Must be mad to follow a pack of dogs in the middle of the night.
Well, you'd think that, wouldn't you? But apparently he had a herd of sheep out on one of the fields, and he was
Ah.
concerned that they would. Yeah, so it'd be that place.
That's good to know. Thanks, Graham.
Willowbrook Farm is where he says he was working. So that is on the map directly west of Heathfield Farm. Is another farm, not anywhere near as big as Heathfield, but you can see it. Like a couple of fields to the west, and it's there that he is working.
Right.
Just below the animal rescue place.
Yeah.
I'll have to keep an eye out for these bloody wolves then.
Yeah, well, you see, he chased them off, so hopefully they won't be out tonight.
Well, fingers crossed. It's not something you often see though around these, or is it around these parts?
Oh, I was quite surprised actually that he said it was wolves. I didn't think wolves roamed anywhere in the country.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I mean, foxes, yes, but wolves.
Maybe a pack of dogs, maybe. There might be a
That
few.
sounds more likely. When I saw them, were they wolves or dogs?
They were black mastiffs,
Okay.
but you could see why somebody would confuse them as wolves because they were big, they were black, they kind of had that wolf size, but they weren't necessarily wolves. They were probably big mastiff-like dogs.
Right. Okay.
I suppose the red glowing eyes would give you a little bit of the willies.
Yeah. Yeah. I suppose saying that there's a pack of barghests out in the wild would basically freak people out more.
Okay, so I've got all the batteries charging up now.
Yeah.
All the batteries charging up.
Yeah. Same.
Okay. So the night passes quite easily. A couple of beers, nicely go down. Food, as always, is very good. There isn't anything untoward that happened in the. Oh, where did that go? Yeah, nothing untoward happens in the inn.
Fantastic. Right, let's go to Heathfield Farm in the morning.
Yep.
Heathfield Farm.
With a couple of drones. Hopefully, we won't crash both of them.
Okay. Sorry, just doing a billion things at once. Okay. You drive out towards the farm. Where are you going to go and where are you parking?
I think you're parking at an entrance to a field. Yeah, off the road, but in like an entrance to a field. As close as we can to the fence.
Okay.
There's a forest though. We might as well go through the forest for cover.
The forest is at the back, so you could drive up past the farm, take a look at the entranceway, and then carry on up towards the forest area and take a look. Let me have a. So let me.
Actually, thinking about it, do we actually want to go in the forest? Because it's going to be harder to fly the drones through it.
Indeed.
Yeah, keep to the edge of the forest.
Okay. There's
Please.
that's a black map, isn't it?
Yep. And it's not
That's
meant to
not-
be night.
Yep, there you go. Okay. Okay. Just not reacting. All right. So, to the north of you, you've got the forest. You've got a small building. Let's have a look what that building might be. Ooh. East Waller. So there's a small cottage to the north called East Waller. There is a clump of trees and things along, and then you drive about a field's width and you get to the entrance of Heathfield. Actually, you have to go past East Waller to really get to the tree line. You
Yeah, so
notice as you kind of drive slowly along the road, first thing that you notice as you pass the entrance to Heathfield Farm, sure enough, there is that gate. There is the fence. Where the gate is closed, but behind the gate, the fence kind of passes across. There, exactly what you were expecting. There is a camera pole, a single camera pointing down at the gate. There is on the other side a set of 4, on like a big sort of yellow platform. There is a set of 4 spotlights. One seems to be pointing further down into the driveway. One, the fence, the farm side of the fence. Second one looks like it's going to illuminate the entranceway, and the third one looks like it's going to cast a spotlight out on the road.
Okay. Does the place look like it hasn't been visited in 3 years? So
It doesn't. Yes, it does not look like it's been disturbed or opened for a while.
okay.
There will be where the gate is. There will be another gate in the fence.
Yeah.
With a big thick padlock on. So actually, it's probably, without you taking time to look, it's hard to tell if it's been. There is certainly no sort of dirt tracks like on the track going down. There's no dirt as if a tractor's gone down there recently.
That's what I was going to ask. See if there's any indication that something's passed recently, because there'd be overgrown grass and things where the road would be by now, type of thing. If it's getting irregular traffic.
Yeah, there's definitely overgrown grass, and here and there are splotches of grass that have started to poke up through the actual road itself.
Okay.
Going a little bit further down to East Waller, you notice that the fence runs right up alongside East Waller, and East Waller itself, the windows are all boarded.
Right. This road down bottom right.
You stop talking.
I forgot to push the top button. There we go.
Bottom right.
So bottom right, this one here.
Yeah.
That runs along and connects to this one here. But it also then goes to the river.
Yes.
So is it worth leaving the car there at the river?
I'm kind of walking up from there.
Yeah, because then we've got the tree cover, haven't we, as well, if we want to go along the river.
Okay. Which way are you going to come in from?
Well, this road up here, top right, goes down here and then cuts back on itself.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that. There's no reason why you can't do that.
No.
Actually, it crosses a little stone bridge where the river is, and then a little bit further on.
Because it looks like there's a path here that goes over the river as well.
Yep. There is a path that goes over the river.
I can't see a river.
Yeah, see that whole tree bank coming down is
Yeah.
hiding the river.
It says a river.
That's right.
It's more of a little piddly stream, but
Yeah.
there is a river.
But it's the River Wallabrook.
So it's a brook.
Yeah, the River Wallabrook.
So I'll take my binoculars with me as well.
So what you'll notice is, interestingly, you will see that the fence. That's not what I wanted to do. That's the wrong thing. So the fence seems to run
Thank you.
like that.
Oh, brilliant.
Oh, right. Okay.
Let me see. So that's how the fence is laid out.
What type of fence is it?
So you're going to walk along the stream, the tree line, keeping in the trees to get to here.
But yeah.
Yeah, I'll take a look at the fence through the binoculars. See, is it at all mesh linked type or?
With barbed wire on top, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's all metal. Yes, metal mesh linked fence.
Rusty and disused, or
Say again.
rusty, disused type thing, an old one,
No.
slacking in places.
In fairly decent condition. Give me a perception check. Standard is good enough. Okay. Doesn't appear to be rusty.
Okay.
The next thing you notice is this has been concreted into the ground,
Jesus.
not physically put on just stanches and just kind of.
Yeah.
The next thing you notice is all around every probably 30 to 50 feet is the DEFRA quarantine keep out sign. Underneath them is a universal signal sign for electrified fence.
I knew you were going to say that.
Buggers.
And it's razor wire at the top.
Can't beat razor wire.
Can't cut through
Okay.
chain link fence with bolt cutters when it's electrified either.
I think this is quite interesting that DEFRA, we're going to say DEFRA in inverted commas, have gone to this sort of made a permanent security fence for a disease, because it's only going to be there as long as the disease is there, then it goes down.
Yeah.
So this is not DEFRA, this is pure, this is somebody turning this into their own little
compound of some sort.
Yeah.
The other thing you've noticed there is a double gate, padlocked, but there is a double gate there, and like across the top is probably a couple of feet of chain link mesh joining both sides, barbed wire on the top.
Cameras?
And there is a camera. Yeah. On the inside, pointing down, and there is also another light system pointing down. Again, 2 pointing in, 2 pointing down.
I'm going to take up my phone and just do a network search for Wi-Fi. I'm hoping the fact that if I do that, and it might be a Wi-Fi network on there.
Yeah.
You do not find anything.
I'm wondering how the dogs get out. Is there a easier access for them
Dog-sized
than
holes.
having to open the? Well, something that's rather than having to open the gates, chain link gates with padlocks on them. Or
Well,
actually, these things might just jump over the fence.
let's walk the perimeter and look for tracks. We know they come from the north, don't we, through the woods?
Yeah, that's true.
All right. So you're going to continue walking the perimeter here.
Yeah.
So
Looking for larger than average dog tracks.
couple of things you notice. I know your tokens are huge for the map. There are a few abandoned vehicles, and there are a couple of pickups that are probably 2007, 2006, 2005 reg, and they are dusty
Right.
and rusty.
I wonder if the owners did actually leave it, or that was just a story left around.
You continue onwards. You don't really see anything from the back. The buildings look unkempt. On the roof, here and there on the roof, you can see ant plants growing on where seeds have been deposited. And they've taken
From the
root.
gutters and things, yeah.
A lot of weeds in the overgrown areas, in the where the concrete or the tarmac would be or the gravel would be, weeds are growing through and pushing through. But interestingly, the doors all appear to be closed. And a number of doors you can see cameras pointing down at them.
Oh.
There certainly seems to be more cameras than you would expect for a farm.
And the cameras look operational?
Hard to tell from where you are. There's probably only one camera that you can see.
If I get binoculars out, there's no blinking red light in the front. No.
No.
Or green light.
Yeah. No, but none of them move.
No.
Okay. As we're moving along, I'm looking for tracks in the ground that might have been from
And holes in the fence.
big dogs, yeah. That, or even cameras in the trees. Like wildlife trap type things that detect movements and take photos type thing.
You get to just around the corner, so about here, there is a small cut in the fence, probably 3 foot wide, slightly bent outwards. Certainly enough for a dog to squeeze through. Also, potentially enough for a human to squeeze through.
I'm going to look, see if there's any cameras pointing towards it.
There is a camera. We should double check actually. There is a camera. So the nearest camera that you can see, this is too big, but it's in that area there. Again, covering what appears to be a path leading out.
Right.
There is no camera covering the perimeter fence.
And where's the hole in the fence?
The hole in the fence is there.
Fantastic.
Okay. And you're saying it was pushed out as if something's pushed through it from the other side, or as if it's man-made?
from the inside. Something's pushed through it from the inside.
So they've escaped effectively.
It looks like it, yeah.
Yeah.
So they've literally burst through the fence.
Oh,
Electrified fence, yeah. But then we don't know what power's going through the fence.
Yeah.
But it's just a little sheep one or a human killer.
Look around what we can see of the courtyard and things in there. Are there any signs of bodies or anything? Like whoever was in here looking after them may have.
Get your drone out, bud.
Get my hat. What's that? Sorry.
Get your drone out.
Ah, yeah, that's an idea.
Just keep it high enough away from the cameras, because the cameras will be pointing down, won't they?
Yeah.
So, from where you are looking inward, you kind of probably here, looking inwards, you can just make out this building here. It appears to be probably the original farmyard, the original farm building. It appears to be deserted. You don't see or hear anything moving. You will see in the grass, though, of this field, a well-worn track that leads sort of over towards that farm building and to the hole.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Looking at the farm building through my binoculars, there's no sort of broken door or large opening for a dog to go inside.
No. It just appears to be the door that you can see, so the windows that you can see are unshuttered, unblinded, unbroken. They're just sat there.
Right.
I'll get my drone out.
Okay.
Well, I've still got look points left.
Yeah.
And let's try and pilot it.
Yeah. Dex and int roll. So you can find whatever skills Dex and int and just roll against. Well, it needs to be a non-improved. So use your pilot skill, which should be
That's right.
Dex and
that's what I was about to click on.
Oh, that was so close. And that's perfect. Ah.
Where are you taking your drone?
Towards the house. I want to see if there's any sign of bodies around, like something. These have escaped and potentially killed someone around. Or
so you head towards the house. The first thing is that the parking area, which does appear to be sort of this side of the house, there are a couple of cars, small family cars, not 4x4s or anything like that, parked there, covered in dust. The doorway is up on a porch. The doorway into the house appears to be closed. But there were no signs of any bodies.
Just follow this trodden track and see if it goes. But you just follow where it goes.
Okay.
Well,
So the trodden path kind of does this. So you sort of lose it as it comes through the trees and hits the edge of the car park, and it seems to take up the dirt road that is heading towards the main farm building.
okay. Yeah, follow the path. Any signs of blood on the path or anything?
No.
Going off the fact that it was drying very quickly up top, I wasn't expecting it to, but you never know. Any smoke coming out of chimneys or lights on anywhere?
No.
Just follow that way down here. and just see if the tracks pick up again.
Where, sorry? Ping?
Where you guided to, and keep on
So
steam.
as you get into this area here, there are probably you can see that there. Right, no, that's fine for now. You can see that there are more lights, probably one. So there are probably two sets of lights in that area. And no sign of anything moving.
No, just keep the drone going down south the way the tracks were going, and you ought to be looking for anywhere that they could have got into. Because if they're getting out and going in at will, there must be an open doorway.
Yeah, so you'll find that this building, pinging away, this building here seems to have the frontage is open.
Ooh.
Any cameras pointing in that direction? If I lowered the drone, would it be spotted, type of thing, to look through the door?
There is a camera that faces the entranceway. There's also a light sort of over here that seems to be pointed to flood that area. And there's a couple of light and another light here going to flood the area. There is a camera. Hard to tell if it's working or not.
But it's pointing at the doorway rather than the courtyard. So if I lowered the camera behind its camera, I'll be in its blind spot behind it to look at where it's pointing at.
Yeah.
So I will effectively see what the camera's seeing.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just looking at my notes. Okay. Yeah. So, inside, there are what appears to have been, for all intents and purposes, looks like animal pens. A huge number of them all the way around the sort of the outside, leaving the central area quite clear. Give me a perception roll. At this point, though, I would say your drone is getting close to its limit in terms of distance.
Yeah, that's fine.
Beautiful. You're doing very well tonight. There's something odd about the central part of this whole chamber. You can make out what appears to be a faint square-like groove in the ground that runs all the way down, that runs all the way across the middle. So if you imagine this big area, and then there's this huge kind of in the center, away from all the pens, you can make out a square shape groove or something in the floor.
Maybe that's where they get the blood from.
Maybe it's a bit like the path around the church.
Ah, could be.
It's a safe area. Anything in any of the pens that I can see without actually going any closer?
Without taking your drone inside, no.
Yeah. If I take the drone inside, this camera's going to see us, isn't it?
I'm going to see you, and you're also concerned that maybe because you're quite close to the limit of the drone's operation,
It'll cut out.
The camera might, the signal might get blocked.
Yeah. Okay.
It's only a consumer drone, right? It's not a commercial drone, so it's not as powerful. As you turn the drone around, maybe to think about bringing it back, as you're starting to get that flashing, low battery warning, give me another perception check. And Sam, if you're kind of watching over his shoulders, give me a perception check.
Certainly.
Oh, success hard. Good. Mark is doing very well with his perception tonight. So, Sam, okay, you both notice it. This area here, odd shapes under black tarp, but it appears that in one place the black tarp has kind of pulled back, and you can see the front of what appears to be a rather large and black SUV.
Ooh.
No plates.
I mind on that one. Okay, I'm going to have to pull the drone back because battery warning's coming on it.
Yeah. Okay, you zip the drone back, and that's what we'll call it a night.
Okay.
Fantastic. That was really good. I actually didn't think I was going to last tonight because I'm knackered. But no.
I'm starting to get tired. I was feeling myself getting tighter and tighter. It's getting warmer and warmer in my room, and I'm like, now I'm going to wrap this up shortly. And then you started yawning, Eddie.
You do realise I'm dead on Thursday. After all those rolls tonight, I'm going to fail every single roll on Thursday.
Maybe.
You've had some fantastic rolls tonight.
Yeah.
That pilot one was brilliant.
Been a good night of good rolls, and you've advanced the story a little bit further forwards. And
So-
maybe a couple more weeks, and you'll wrap this chapter up.
So I'll create a professional skill for pilot drone now.
Yeah.
Since I've made the roll.
Yeah.
And when we get XPO.
Yeah, add two experience rolls to your tally.
Well, I won't because I've now got this skill.
Okay. Yeah, you can unlock the skill. That's no problem.
I've clicked on the add skill, but I don't know what they've called it
Let
because
me do it for you because it'll be a bit.
it may have created a blank one, but I don't know what it's called it.
Yeah, click on the skill itself, and then just click on the box at the top there that says
there's
pilot.
One called,
well, hang on.
There's one called new professional skill being created.
You just edit the one that's already there.
Yeah. There you go. Do it for you.
So I'll delete that new professional skill because.
Yeah.
Delete that. Yeah. There we go. Thank you.
All right. Nice. Right, I am knackered, so I'm going to call it a night. Pleasure as always, gents.
Thank you.
And I will see you later in the week.